The very town itself breathes a living blueprint, refusing any fixed navigation or static form. Every route the crew meticulously draws blurs at the edges, lines dissolving subtly into the air. Ink blue condensation sweats from ancient walls, forming ephemeral, shifting street layouts like ghostly maps. Familiar street signs rotate slightly when no one watches, mocking their purpose with silent, deliberate turns. The city itself becomes a conscious entity, actively trying to make them lose their way to the hidden door. An unseen, pervasive force whispers through the labyrinthine alleys, subtly guiding their footsteps astray. Cobblestones beneath their feet rearrange themselves, altering known pathways with a soft, grinding murmur. Windows on buildings wink open and shut, reflecting impossible angles of reality in their dark, glassy panes. A profound sense of disorientation settles heavy upon the Fix-It crew's weary, searching spirits. They cling to their worn maps, but the paper feels warm, almost humming with defiant, unseen energy. The air itself thickens, a viscous fog composed of forgotten paths and obscured, ancient intentions. Distorted echoes of laughter from past episodes drift from empty doorways, mocking their slow progress. Buildings lean inward, creating oppressive corridors that seem to swallow all available light completely. The crew pushes forward, their collective determination a fragile shield against the town's conscious will. Pox grips his tools. They're a familiar weight, a small, cold comfort in the shifting, disorienting chaos. Luma's scanner was struggling to reconcile the physical world with its rapidly changing data streams. Moss runs her hand along a cold, damp wall, feeling the stone ripples subtly beneath her sensitive touch. Tick squints at his chronometer, its gears spinning erratically, defying the very concept of linear time. Stitch observes silently, her sharp gaze piercing the illusion, searching for an undeniable, solid truth. The very ground seems to undulate gently, a slow, deliberate breath of the sleeping, ancient city. Shadows lengthen unnaturally, twisting into grotesque forms that dance mockingly at the periphery of sight. A distant bell tolls, its sound muffled, as if submerged deep within the earth's forgotten, dreaming heart. The crew knows this is the town's final, desperate attempt to keep its profound, foundational secrets hidden. Each step feels heavier, a battle against the subtle, insidious resistance emanating from FluffTown itself. They are navigating a dreamscape where logic bends and reality is a fluid, ever-changing concept. The migrating architecture shifts again, a building across the square now facing due west. A faint, almost imperceptible hum emanates from the very fabric of the structures, a deep, pervasive sound. This deep resonance speaks of an ancient power, a pervasive sentience within all the town's materials. The crew exchanges wary, knowing glances, understanding the magnitude of their daunting, final challenge. Their goal, the unmarked door, feels impossibly distant, a phantom in the encroaching, disorienting fog. Suddenly, fragments of their past investigations begin to align, forming a coherent, guiding pattern. The statue's silent, unsettling gaze now points unerringly towards a specific, previously unnoticed direction. Echoes from the sewer choir beneath Candle Street now seem to guide their footsteps with melodic precision. The library's stolen, quiet, once maddening, now feels like a focused, intense stillness, a guiding void. The tram's looping memory, a forgotten trauma, now provides a crucial, stable spatial anchor point. Siren logs, once cryptic, now display a precise vector, cutting through the town's pervasive confusion. Every anomaly, every strange occurrence, now converges on a single, undeniable, profound truth. Luma retrieves the thorn-key, its ancient metal vibrating like a trapped, frantic, desperate heartbeat. The intricate carvings on its surface glow faintly, pulsating with an inner ethereal warmth and purpose. This artifact, a gift from the town's deeper layers, now points with absolute, unwavering certainty. Tick traces the lines on his war map, seeing the invisible connections finally emerge. Stark and clear, Moss feels a pull in her blood, an instinctual tug towards the epicenter of the town's deepest secret. Stitch's eyes narrow, deciphering the subtle language of the shifting architecture. its hidden messages. Pox senses the magnetic pole, a force far stronger than any physical resistance the town can muster. Luma carefully places a single drop of her blueprint dye onto the blurring map surface, holding her breath. The vibrant blue ink does not spread randomly. It flows with purposeful direction, forming a clear path. It forms a final, undeniable arrow, pointing sharply towards their ultimate, long-sought destination. The town's previous attempts to mislead them now seem like mere distractions, easily overcome by clarity. A thrill of nervous anticipation runs through the crew, a mixture of profound fear and dawning triumph. They are no longer lost. They are being called, drawn deeper into the town's ancient, beady core. The air crackles with latent energy. The collective memory of FluffTown slowly, ominously awakening. They follow the dye's luminous path, a fragile beacon in the encroaching, deliberate, silent gloom. The thorn-key pulses rhythmically, a living guide in the darkness, a promise of revelation's dawn. Their individual experiences weave together, creating a tapestry of shared understanding and renewed purpose. Each strange event was a breadcrumb, meticulously placed by an unseen, profound intelligence. The city whispers their names now, not to deter, but to acknowledge their resolute, persistent presence. They are no longer merely fixing, they are unraveling the very fabric of existence here. Within, the path ahead is clear, illuminated by the convergence of countless forgotten, significant moments. A solemn resolve settles over the crew, for they know the true final journey now begins in earnest. The air grows heavy, charged with the immense weight of impending, profound, terrifying discovery. They step through a newly revealed archway, descending into a hidden, deep, curving corridor. The walls here are unlike anything above, formed of a warm, pulsing, almost organic concrete material. It feels soft beneath their fingertips, almost skin-like, with a faint, disturbing, unnerving elasticity. A strange, comforting heat emanates from the stone, a warmth that feels borrowed, not truly its own. The air in this subterranean passage smells distinctly of machine oil and haunting, old lullabies. A sweet, metallic temps mixes with the comforting scent of forgotten childhood songs. A strange blend. The hallway slopes gently downward, a seamless tunnel carved into the earth's deep, dreaming memory. No seams, no joints mar the perfect, unsettling smoothness of the curving, living walls surrounding them. Tick glances at his intricate chest watch, its gears now spinning visibly backward, defying all logic. The hands move counterclockwise, as if time itself is entering a profound, cosmic, irreversible debt. A chill of deep unease creeps up his spine. This place defies the very laws of known physics. Moss feels the floor beneath her feet, a subtle vibration like a sleeping, giant, subterranean heart. The light here is dim, a perpetual twilight cast by unseen, internal, phosphorescent luminescence. It paints the concrete walls with shifting patterns, like veins beneath pale, living, unseen skin. The lullabies hum softly from the wiring, embedded deep within the living, breathing architecture. These wires glow faintly, a network of gentle blue light pulsating with rhythmic, hypnotic ease. Pax runs a hand over the wall, sensing the immense, ancient power thrumming silently within it. He feels a strange pull, a sense of belonging, yet also a profound, alien, unsettling dread. Luma sensors detect complex energy signatures, unlike anything in their known, charted world. The air tastes faintly of ozone, mingled with the earthy scent of deep, forgotten, sacred places. The corridor twists and turns, each curve leading them further from the familiar, known world above. Stitch sees faint, shimmering lines embedded in the concrete, like solidified thought, ancient and pure. These are the true blueprints, not plans, but potent spells woven into the town's very being. Each step takes them deeper into the foundation, the living, pulsating core of FluffTown itself. The silence here is profound, broken only by the hum of wires and ticks, backward ticking watch. It is the quiet that the library eats, concentrated here, heavy with unspoken, chilling truths. They are traversing the town's subconscious, a realm of raw power and ancient, guarded secrets. The concrete walls seem to absorb their footsteps, muffling any sound they attempt to make. Their own heartbeats feel amplified, echoing loudly within the strange, soft, yielding passage. A sense of profound wonder mixes with growing apprehension in their collective, uneasy minds. The hallway continues its gentle descent, a silent invitation into the ultimate, dark, unknown depths. They are entering a place where reality is fluid, shaped by forgotten desires and ancient, buried fears. The air grows thicker, laden with the weight of countless loops of lived, repeating memory. Moss shivers, feeling the echoes of past lives imprinted onto the very stone itself. A ghostly touch. The humming lullabies grow louder, a hypnotic chorus, drawing them ever deeper, inward, towards destiny. The soft concrete walls seem to breathe, expanding and contracting with an unseen, organic rhythm. Every shadow here feels ancient, stretching back into the very genesis of FluffTown's hidden origins. They are walking through a dream made real, a subconscious landscape given tangible, unsettling form. The air presses in, a gentle weight, whispering forgotten names from the town's deep, hidden past. Tick's watch continues its backward journey, charting their descent into an ever-increasing temporal debt. Luma's internal compass spins wildly, unable to reconcile this fluid space with any known directions. Pox feels a primal hum resonating in his bones, a deep, unsettling connection to the earth below. Stitch observes the subtle shifts in light, deciphering the silent language of the Foundation's core. Moss reaches out, her fingers brushing the warm, yielding surface of the living corridor, sensing life. The journey feels less like walking and more like being drawn, pulled by an invisible, ancient tide. Finally, the hallway ends abruptly, opening into a vast, circular, dimly lit, cavernous chamber. At its very center stands the door, unmarked, seamless, a perfect, obsidian monolith of unknown origin. It possesses no visible handle, no hinges, no discernible cracks, defying all conventional expectations. The surface is smooth, reflecting the faint internal glow like polished, dark, impenetrable glass. Only a faint indentation, perfectly shaped like a human palm, mars its flawless, unsettling facade. This subtle imprint hints at a specific interaction, a key beyond mere brute physical force. Along its edges, dark, solidified wax runs like dried tears, hinting at past sorrows and ancient grief. This foundation wax shimmers faintly, a congealed sorrow from countless forgotten entries, a heavy toll. The air around the door feels impossibly cold, a stark contrast to the warm concrete hallway. It exhales a breath of profound antiquity, carrying the scent of dust and frozen, timeless existence. The crew approaches cautiously, their footsteps echoing softly in the cavernous, silent space. A sense of immense power radiates from the door, a silent, unyielding, ancient, watchful presence. It feels less like an object and more like a sentient entity guarding a sacred, forbidden threshold. Luma's scanner fails to penetrate its surface, returning only an endless void of unreadable data. Pox reaches out a hesitant hand, feeling the chill emanating from the dark, smooth, alien barrier. Moss shivers, sensing the immense weight of forgotten histories pressing against the other side. Stitch's eyes trace the outline of the palm print, a silent question etched into the dark, cold stone. Tick's watch now displays only a single ominous glyph, defying all numerical representation or meaning. The door stands as a testament to the Foundation's ultimate authority, its final, deepest secret. They stand before the culmination of their quest, the very heart of FluffTown's grand mystery. The air crackles with an unspoken tension, an anticipation of what profound truth lies beyond. This is the barrier that separates their known world from the true blueprints of existence itself. The silence here is absolute, swallowing even the hum of the distant, ancient lullaby wires. It is a void of sound, a perfect vacuum of unspoken truths and profound, hidden, cosmic knowledge. The crew exchanges solemn, knowing glances, understanding the gravity of this ultimate confrontation. Their journey has led them to this moment, to this dark, silent, unyielding, final threshold. The door seems to watch them, a silent judge of their intent, their worthiness to truly enter. Its flawless surface holds untold stories, secrets woven into the very fabric of its being. They prepare themselves, knowing that conventional methods will surely prove utterly useless here. The fate of FluffTown, and perhaps their own, hangs precariously on this single, dark, sentient portal. Pox, determined, brings forth his strongest, most resilient multi-tool from his utility belt. He positions it carefully against the door's surface, intending to pry or cut through the barrier. On contact, a sickening shimmer ripples across the tool's metallic edge, like liquid distortion. The polished steel dulls instantly, corroding into rust, as if its very memory had been erased. His powerful tool crumbles, dissolving into fine dust, rejected by the door's strange, alien logic. Pox recoils, shock etched on his face at the impossible destruction of his trusted implement. Next, Stitch steps forward, unwinding a length of her specially crafted, reinforced, durable thread. She attempts to find purchase, to weave a path, to stitch through the impenetrable, dark surface. Her thread, usually so strong, will not bite. It slips like it's attempting to stitch intangible fog. The fibers fray and dissipate upon contact, dissolving into intangible wisps of pure nothingness. Stitch pulls back, her usually steady hands trembling slightly at the door. In possibudu defiance. The door absorbs her efforts, consuming the thread as if it never existed in the first place. Luma then activates her most sophisticated circuit board, attempting to interface directly with the door. She seeks a resonant frequency, a digital key, a backdoor into the Foundation's enigmatic core. Her circuits refuse to complete, short-circuiting violently, sparking with frustrated, futile energy. The door rejects logic, repelling her advanced technology as if it were a simple, child's forgotten toy. A faint, ethereal hum emanates from the door, a silent, mocking laugh at their futile, predictable attempts. The air grows heavy with the scent of ozone and burnt electronics, a testament to their profound failure. Their combined expertise, their most potent tools, prove utterly useless against this ancient barrier. The door stands impassive, a silent, unyielding guardian, immune to all their conventional methods. Frustration mounts within the crew, a cold despair beginning to creep into their fading resolve. They have faced countless challenges, but this door presents an entirely new, terrifying paradigm. It does not merely resist, it actively erases the very essence of their desperate, physical attempts. The concept of force seems to be an alien language to this ancient, sentient, unyielding gateway. Their faces reflect a dawning realization. This is not a physical lock to be simply broken. It is something far more profound, a metaphysical barrier rooted in consciousness itself, a deep magic. The wax tears along its edges seem to shimmer, as if mocking their predictable human actions. A deep, unsettling quiet descends once more, emphasizing their utter, profound helplessness. They stare at the seamless surface, their minds racing for a solution, a radically different approach. The door awaits, a silent, patient sentinel, demanding a price they do not yet fully comprehend. Suddenly, a hidden speaker activates, its voice a soft, insidious whisper from the very air itself. "Leave what hurts," it murmurs, the words echoing directly inside their very thoughts. Chillingly intimate, the sound is not external. It resonates within their minds. A chilling, intimate, profound invasion. Without warning, vivid memories surfaced within each crew member, unbidden and agonizingly raw. Grief for lost loved ones, searing anger at past injustices, and whispered, cherished, tender names. These deeply personal recollections flash before their inner eyes, agonizingly clear and sharp. Then, a terrifying sensation begins. The edges of these precious memories start to blur and fade away. The vividness drains away, replaced by a growing emptiness, a hollow where deep pain once resided. Their most potent emotional anchors, their very definitions of self, begin to subtly dissolve. Tick clutches his head, a silent scream building in his throat. As his precious past slips away, Moss gasps, her eyes wide with terror, feeling fragments of her identity being systematically stripped. Pox clenches his fists, fighting against the creeping void, the forced forgetting within his own mind. Luma's analytical mind struggles, unable to process the systematic erasure of her personal history. Stitch stands rigid, her face pale, as the intricate tapestry of her life begins to unravel internally. "It's taking us," Moss cries out, her voice filled with primal panic and profound, utter despair. The insidious whisper repeats, "Leave what hurts," now laced with a subtle, dark, triumphant tone. Each fading memory leaves a cold, aching void, a sense of irreparable loss and growing emptiness. The door seems to hum with dark satisfaction, drawing sustenance from their diminishing, precious pasts. They are paying the toll, not with black coins, but with the very essence of their lived experience. The room itself feels colder, as if the warmth of their memories is being siphoned, stolen away. Their shared purpose, their reason for being, feels gravely threatened by this mental invasion. The ground beneath their feet feels less substantial, reality itself beginning to subtly fray. They're being unmade, stripped of their defining moments, their struggles, their loves, their selves. The insidious process accelerates, threatening to leave them as hollow, empty, forgotten vessels. Panic surges, a desperate, overwhelming wave threatening to engulf their minds entirely and irrevocably. Their minds reel, grasping for anything solid, any anchor against the relentless mental erosion. The insidious whisper grows louder. "Forget to enter," a chilling command towards utter oblivion. Their faces contort in anguish, battling the relentless tide of enforced, profound forgetfulness. The very act of remembering becomes a desperate struggle against an unseen, powerful force. They are losing themselves, their core identities dissolving into the vast void of the Foundation, just as despair threatens to consume them entirely. Luma acts, a spark of defiant brilliance. She activates a small device, playing Season 1's Morse code recording into the chamber's air. The rhythmic clicks and beeps fill the oppressive silence, a familiar, grounding, urgent sound. It is the message from the first crack, the initial call to action, their original, shared purpose. The familiar sequence reminds them of their shared history, their collective, arduous journey. Tick, galvanized, begins to recite timestamps of every episode's incident like a desperate prayer. He chants the numbers, the dates, the locations of their triumphs and their profound struggles. Each timestamp is a nail hammered into the present, anchoring their wavering, assaulted minds. Moss, with urgent purpose, plants living roots from her satchel into the warm, concrete floor. The tendrils spread rapidly, weaving into the soft, skin-like walls, holding their collective identity. Her connection to the earth becomes a lifeline, a physical tether to remembered, solid reality. Pox, despite his fading memories, focuses on the tactile presence of his remaining, dull tools. He wills himself to remember their function, their weight, their specific, vital, shared purpose. Stitch closes her eyes, visualizing the intricate patterns of their repair work, their shared craft. The Morse code, the timestamps, the living roots they form a resilient shield against the forgetting. The insidious whisper falters, its power momentarily disrupted by their collective, defiant resistance. The fading of memories slows, a desperate tug-of-war between oblivion and precious remembrance. Their individual wills coalesce, a unified front against the Foundation's relentless mental assault. The room's oppressive cold lessens slightly, a faint warmth returning to their struggling minds. They are fighting back, reclaiming their past, asserting their right to profoundly remember. Luma's recording plays on a beacon in the encroaching darkness of forgotten, vulnerable selves. Tick's voice gains strength, each timestamp a hammer blow against the mind's cruel erosion. Moss's roots pulse with a vibrant green light, drawing strength from the living, ancient ground the attempt to strip them of their essence meets with unexpected, resolute, fierce resistance. They stand together, a bulwark of shared memory, refusing to pay the ultimate final price. The door's hum of satisfaction diminishes, replaced by a subtle, almost imperceptible tremor. The game has changed. Their counterplay has introduced an unforeseen variable into the equation. They have found a way to resist the toll, to hold on to the very core of who they truly are. A fragile hope flickers, a tiny flame in the vast darkness of the Foundation's domain. They are still whole, their memories scarred but not entirely erased, their shared purpose intact. With the mental assault temporarily repelled, Stitch steps forward, a new resolve in her eyes. She reaches into a hidden pocket of her worn coat, retrieving a single, dark, ominous object. It is one of the black coins, stamped with the unmistakable face of a crew member, her own. This coin, unearthed from the fountain of black coins, represents a transaction of destined fate. Its surface feels cold, smooth, and heavy, with unspoken implications. A destined, ancient payment. The face etched upon it is her own, a chilling mirror of her past and potential dark future. She holds it aloft for a moment, the coin absorbing the chamber's dim, internal, eerie light. Then, with deliberate, unwavering precision, she presses it into the palm indentation. The black coin fits perfectly, sliding into the recess with a soft, almost organic thud. A low, resonant hum emanates from the door, a sound of profound, ancient recognition. The dark surface of the door begins to warm, a subtle heat spreading from the coin's placement. It recognizes the payment, an ancient system acknowledging the tendered, transactional, dark fate. But the door hesitates, a flicker of uncertainty crossing its otherwise impassive, dark facade. The wax tears along its edges seem to pulse, as if contemplating the nature of this strange offering. "This is not the forgetting," it demanded. "This is a different kind of toll, a new, unforeseen currency." Stitch watches intently, her face a mask of controlled emotion, awaiting the door's final decision. The air crackles with anticipation, the fate of their entry hanging in this delicate, tense balance. The hum intensifies, a deep vibration that resonates through the very floor of the chamber. The door, a sentient guardian, weighs the value of this black coin, this fragment of their destiny. It acknowledges the payment, but its hesitation speaks of a deeper, unforeseen, terrifying consequence. After a tense, drawn-out moment, the door gives in, a long, sighing sound filling the space. A faint, luminous seam appears down its center, like a line meticulously drawn by an unseen hand. The seam widens, then splits, revealing a sliver of profound, inky blackness beyond the threshold. Cold air pours out from the newly formed opening, carrying the scent of raw, ancient earth. It also carries the distinct, rhythmic sound of distant, colossal machinery breathing a living hum. A vast, intricate mechanism hidden deep within the Foundation now reveals its immense presence. Luma leans forward, her eyes scanning the far wall of the newly exposed cavernous chamber. She glimpses complex, shimmering diagrams etched onto the distant, glowing, dark surface. Her breath catches in her throat. The diagrams depict familiar figures, yet subtly altered, changed. Bold lettering beneath the schematics proclaims, Crew Version 3. A chilling, stark revelation. A chilling realization dawns. The Foundation knows them and has plans for their future, their fate. The door continues to open, slowly, majestically, revealing more of the vast, dark, unknown space. The cold air intensifies, a palpable presence, raising goosebumps on their exposed, sensitive skin. The breathing of the machinery grows louder, a symphony of industrial, organic, sentient power. This is not merely an entrance. It is a gateway into the very heart of the town's genesis. They stand on the threshold of ultimate truth, the blueprint of their own existence, starkly revealed. A mixture of awe and terror washes over them, confronting the scale of this profound revelation. The door parts fully, inviting them into a realm beyond their wildest, darkest imaginings. They've achieved their goal, bypassing the price of forgetting, but at an unknown, looming cost. The air pulses with unspoken questions, the weight of their choice pressing down heavily upon them. The door opens wider, revealing an abyss of profound, cosmic darkness, stretching infinitely beyond. But as it does, the hallway behind them, their only path back, shifts shut with a soft, final thud. The warm, concrete walls meld seamlessly, erasing their entry point, trapping them now. Within, Tick glances down at his chest watch, its ominous glyph now replaced by new, glowing text. The glowing display now starkly reads, "Balance due, a chilling, final, inescapable declaration." His eyes widen in alarm, understanding the true, delayed cost of their forced, desperate entry. From the profound darkness beyond the threshold, a voice emerges, soft and gentle, yet powerful. "Welcome home," it says, the words resonating with an ancient, unsettling, possessive familiarity. It is not a hostile sound, but rather a comforting, possessive whisper, full of latent, dark power. The voice feels ancient, primordial, yet intimately aware of their very beings. Their souls. The crew stands frozen, suspended between the terrifying unknown and their sealed, forgotten past. They have escaped forgetting, but now face a debt far greater, a fate already written for them. The diagrams on the far wall seem to glow brighter. The version 3, a chilling, dark prophecy. They are no longer fixing, they are now part of its evolving, dark, grand design. The air pulses with a silent question. What new roles await them in this living, dark blueprint? Their journey has ended, but a far more profound, terrifying chapter has just begun for them. They are trapped, willingly or unwillingly, within the heart of the Foundation's pervasive grand plan. The gentle voice beckons them deeper into the unknown, into their rewritten dark destiny. The story of FluffTown is not over. It is merely reorganized around its new, helpless inhabitants. The true cost of opening the door has only just begun to reveal its terrifying, profound implications.